If you are introducing an innovative new product, the first question you must ask yourself is, how much am I going to charge for the product? What is going to be the price of my product? This is going to make a huge difference. If you price it too high, you're not going to be able to sell. On the other hand, if you price too low, you may not either make a profit or you may go significantly worse, which is going bankrupt or out of business. Hello, everyone. I'm Michael Zeischer, and this is the 71st in a series of presentations designed to help entrepreneurs and company executives succeed with their enterprise. And with that, let us consider our first introductory slide. The title of this presentation is Value is in the Eyes of the Beholder. And I am going to be using my own book. It is called Zeischer's Practical Handbook of Entrepreneurship and Innovation. And it comes from chapter 10, which is entitled Marketing and Marketing Research. And this presentation is part 1 because pricing, and value is a very large subject. So it will take at least 2 to 3 presentations. So if you're introducing a new product, what you need to do, and let's make it simple, is that you need to think about the 4 C's of pricing. So what is the first C? The first C that you need to talk about and consider is, what are your costs? Costs is your first C. Now, your costs are composed of your fixed and variable expenses. And something that usually people don't think about is that what were your R&D costs? This is particularly true in the medical field, whether you are developing pharmaceuticals or whether you're developing medical devices, your R&D costs are huge. So how are you going to be able to recoup that cost? And that needs to be part of your costing assembly. The second C is customer. Do you know who your customer is? You need to be very sure about what is the pain that your customer is having at the moment and what is the gain that you are offering to that customer with your new product or your new service. The other thing that's very important in knowing your customer, is this a technical customer? Is this a consumer type? Your marketing and your pricing is going to be very different if you're selling to a technical audience or you're selling to a consumer audience. The third C is your competitors. So who are your competitors? Are your competitors very large? Are your competitors small? Let's say that you are an early stage company. Are you competing against other early stage companies, or are you competing against companies that are essentially established? Do your competitors are well established in terms of their channels of distribution? Because you're going to have to come up with channels of distribution. So what are your competitors doing, and how are you going to be able to compete with them? Now, depending upon how innovative your product is, the closer it is to a me too, you need to be able, or you have to be able to price your product similarly to the price of products that are already in the market. So the fourth C is your corporate concept. Is your concept going to be that you're going to charge a high price because yours is going to be a luxury type product? Or is it going to be a high performance type of product? Depending upon your concept, you are going to be deciding what your selling price is going to be based on the value that you're bringing to the enterprise. So this is what I'm going to call the 3 musketeers. Once you know your cost, You can develop your selling price. Are you going to get a 30% markup, 50% markup, or whatever it is? But beyond that, what kind of value are you going to be assigning to your product or service? So the cost, the value, and the price is going to be very important because, as I said before, if it is too low, you're going to go bankrupt. If it is too high, you're not going to be able to sell. Now, one thing that is very important, and I want to emphasize this on this part one, and that is that value is situational. By situational, I mean, what are the circumstances to the market that you're addressing? So, for example, you can have cappuccino, and if that cappuccino comes in a plastic cup, it may cost you $1, it may cost you 80 cents, it may cost you $1, it may cost you $1.25. The same cappuccino, if you're having it at a coffee cafe, may cost you $3.95 or higher. It is the same type of cappuccino, but the value is situation. Now, there's another one that is really important. And we're going to be talking about water in all three cases. Let's say that you're in the middle of the desert. Well, if you're in the middle of the desert, a bottle of water like this can be absolutely precious. On the other hand, if you are a typical American in a typical American family, in a typical American household, you may take a shower, and that water that you're using for taking a shower is very inexpensive. On the other hand, if you have a flooded basement, that water actually has a negative value. So again, value is situational. So here are the take-home messages. So number one, the price that you charge is going to make the difference between your success and failure in the enterprise. Your price needs to cover all the costs, and I want to emphasize again, it needs to include your R&D cost, your development cost, to provide you with a reasonable profit. Price has to be competitive with similar products or services. And lastly, the price that you're going to charge should be in a range that is affordable to your customer. That's why it is so important to know who your customer is. Thank you very much. Do you want to become a multi-millionaire or a multi-billionaire? Then start your own business and become an entrepreneur. Unless you have a rich uncle, I don't know of a better way of achieving your dream. So in order to help you out, I have put together a course entitled Secrets of Entrepreneurship from Soup to Nuts. And in this first page, I am showing you the first 5 lectures. And on the second page, I am showing you the next 5 lectures for a total of 10. This is a digital library. The lectures will come to you streaming at your convenience 24/7. And you can have unlimited viewing, and it's offered to you at only $49.95. In order to purchase the course, you can visit www.zeicherinstitute.com, where you can get all of the 10 college level lectures. They are actually at an MBA level, and every lecture will include the transcript of everything that is talked about, so you don't have to write anything. And if you purchase it now, you will get a free 30-minute personalized consult with your purchase via Zoom. So go right ahead and get started on your journey, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.